Stephen King's radio stations are signing off for good at the end of the month. The Zone Corporation announcing this morning that after 41 years of King's ownership, Bangor area channels WZON, WKIT, and WZLO will sign off on December 31st. In a press release, King cited losses in the millions of dollars and in his advancing age as the reasons for the shutdown. Quote, while radio across the country has been overtaken by giant corporate broadcasting groups, I've loved being a local independent owner all these years, said King. I've loved the people who've gone to these stations every day and entertained folks, kept the equipment running, and given local advertisers a way to connect with their customers. Tabby and I are proud to have been a part of that for more than 4 decades, end quote. The Kings bought WZON in 1983. Zone Corporation said they would be making no further public comment nor conducting interviews on the subject. To read their full release, you can head to our website.